as admission seekers begin registration for the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Exam, UTME. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, Jamb, has cancelled special concessions and registration hitherto allowed for people with albinism, because some are using the opportunity to perpetrate malpractice. Also, the board has urged faith-based institutions to disclose their status from the outset, saying pretending to be secular to attract applicants and later imposing religious rules is a form of deception. These were part of the decisions arrived at on Saturday when the management of the board, led by the registrar, Professor Isiaq Oloyede, met with the commissioners for education in the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, in Ikeja, Lagos. Oloyede, who said the meeting was to review and assess the previous exercise, said despite the numerous steps taken by the examination body, some unscrupulous persons were bent on circumventing the process. Joining us on this show to discuss Jamb's cancellation of special concessions for people with albinism is Jake Epelle, the Chief Executive Officer of TAF Africa. Mr. Epelle, good to see you.
Thank you, Dr. Ruben.
Thank you very much for joining us, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to this gigantic Arise morning show family.
So good to see
you put smiles on Nigerians every day. Yes,
God.
Some people say we make their days uncomfortable.
No, well, just to say that...
just for you to tell us what we want to hear.
Go ahead.
But there are many people out there who, out of malice, mischief, or ignorance, also abuse us. But that's okay. It comes with the territory. But to the business at hand.
Yeah.
To the business at hand. Now, Jamb is very clear in saying that people abuse their condition. Special concessions were given for persons with albinism, but that many of these persons, over 7,000 persons who did not have the condition, hid under albinism to register and gain those advantages. And the second, the persons with albinism have abused the opportunity. That's the authentic persons by coming to examination or to use artificial intelligence to answer questions. The other part of it is faith-based institutions, lying about their status and, then asking students, to pray 10 times a day, to take a virginity test. One university was looking for proof of virginity for students to get a degree. Some even prescribe uniforms that university students should wear. Those are the two issues on the table. But let's start with the main concern of TAF Africa.
Well, Dr. Ruben, there are policies that are good and there are policies that are bad. And I want to say that this is one good policy. And to say that the concession given to persons with albinism, Jamb did not do outright cancellation. It's more or less to pause that concession so that the wrong people will not take advantage of it. It's not correct to say that persons with albinism were part of the group that was abusing the process or that concession. Now, this is what happened. I'm not as versed in technology as my friend Rufai, but here's the issue. There is facial morphing, which is facial swapping using AI, a situation where they can take your face, take the features on your face, your eyes, your nose, and blend it to get another person's face. One of the technical thing about persons with, biological thing about persons with albinism is that our iris does rebuff light. So I'm sitting here, Dr. Ruben, I'm not seeing your face in totality. I will not. So maybe tomorrow you see me and pass and you think I don't want to greet you. That's the problem. Glasses does not help us. So what these people were doing, charlatans and those who wants to undermine the integrity of our education sector. They would take several faces and blend it, especially the face of persons with albinism, and blend it to get their own face so that they can gain access to examination and do whatever they want to do. Oftentimes, they make money out of it. So there's no single record. I'm privileged and I'm proud to chair the committee that investigated examination malpractice, and I dare say that I don't speak for Jamb, but Jamb is one of the best institutions when it comes to technology, using technology to get results. That's not the subject matter. The subject matter focuses on persons with albinism. I am in firm conversation with Jamb, and this issue will be resolved. What we did was to pause the situation so that they can verify who has albinism, who doesn't have albinism, and eventually they will get the concession. So for any person with albinism, please don't lose your sleep. Go there, do the normal registration as every other person. There will be a back-end verification through the National Commission for Persons with Disability, through the Albinism Association of Nigeria, which an organization that I formed and handed over to the younger ones. Of course, I knew that I was getting old, so I needed younger ones to take over.
You
so
don't look old to me.
Oh, well, Dr. Abati, the more you look, the less you see. I am 64.
You're still a young man. Just 64? What will you say when you are 74?
No, you just celebrated 60, so I'm older than you.
I'm a young man.
Anyway,
I'm not ashamed of that.
Yes, sir. The point is the concession still stands. It's just that we want to make sure that the right people will get the benefit and not the wrong people.
And that's fair enough. So what would you say in the interim, though, whilst you're getting it right, what are the options for people living with albinism so they're not excluded in the process? And then is there a timeline for when you hope to be able to resolve this issue and then have the concessions fully back?
Timeline relies in the hands of Jamb and management. However, there is a discussion, and I trust whatever Professor Oluyede tells me. I also, for conflict of interest, I am one of the team, an invigilator in the special examination established by Jamb. This is what they don't tell you. The Equal Opportunity Group is a special examination platform for persons with disability, the blind, the deaf. They take this examination free of charge. Professor Oluyede, Jamb pays for them to come into all the centers and take this examination. For the blind, somebody will read for them. For the deaf, somebody will sign for them. For persons with albinism, they will get a time and a half. And I think this is one platform, information that this platform must promote. There is a global, it's not a law, a global policy. That is time and a half. It gives the blind, the visually impaired, the opportunity to get extra time during examination. I took WAEC to task. They said they will implement. I don't think they were implementing it. NACO is not implementing it. Jamb is the only institution that is implementing it. Meanwhile, it's a global standard procedure for the visually impaired. And these are some of the information that a lot of people don't know. So some people have approached me. I'm a member of the National Council on Education. Some people are saying, oh, well, they are doing you a favor. They are not doing us a favor. It's our right. And we need to treat disability as a right issue, not charity. You're not doing me a favor by letting me know that, and by the way, I'm very proud to be a person with albinism. I'm not asking for anything less. So you're not doing me a favor by telling me, oh, you don't see, so let me provide a blackboard for you. No, it's my right for you to provide a blackboard for me.
I want to break it down. Are you telling us that those that have their sleeper radar with albinism this year, they will still write Jamb and enter school?
They will. Now,
Jamb and enter school.
Trust me, Useni, and I like the work you do. Your investigative journalism is something that the world celebrates. But here's the point. They will.
They will write Jamb this year.
Yes, they will. They will. Not only does Oluyede ensure that these people benefit from this thing after they have been admitted and they have not gained admission to any of the institutions. I've seen Oluyode take phone and call the universities to make sure that these people are admitted based on merit. I will not push for anything that is not based on merit. You can't tell me that, oh, because I have albinism, cutoff mark is 120, and you want me to push for you to get, when you have one, let's say 100. I've made my own family member go back and write Jamb because they didn't get the cutoff mark. Okay, and I think we should promote meritocracy.
Okay. Very quickly, the other leg of the conversation, which is about faith-based institutions, coming up with the pretense that they are secular, only to now come up with a new set of rules after students have been admitted, insisting on prayer times, on uniform. In fact, one university, I went to give a faculty lecture in one university. After the event, they wanted to give me a lunch. They said I could not eat meat. I found that embarrassing. And they said I could only drink, soft drink. And I said,
soft drink?
Yeah.
Water?
No. With water. But it has to be water produced by the university. I thought the idea of the university is that it should be liberal and it's an adult environment.
It's unfortunate, especially in this country. We pretend with our faith. Many of them are not even true, I think it's high time we understand that governance is secular. Has very little to do with religion. However, I'm a person of faith. You keep your faith, I keep my faith. Let me answer with a question. A typical Muslim or Christian that goes to an international conference, most of them government official, do they pause the conference to go and pray? Let me be direct, has the vice president ever paused the economic summit to go and pray? Let's stop this pretense. Religion is
if we're having council meeting, they don't say council meeting should.
You've been in the corridor of power, so
the business of the day will continue.
So let's stop this pretense. Whether it's Christian or Muslim, your personal relationship with God and how you carry yourself matters. It's not about what you pretend or politically or socially to project. We need to allow the education sector to run and take its course. Dr. Abati, it's not like your days. 30%, and I speak authentically, 30% of the certificates you see parading themselves are fake.
Okay.
They won't tell you.
On that note, we would like to thank you very much, Mr. J.K. Epelle. Our time is up, and we're not going to extend time because this is television.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
for
very
all
much
you guys
indeed.
do. Thank you.
Now.